This is part one of the Becoming Her series. And this part is going to be called Finding the Root of the Pain. And I wanted to start here because I actually believe in order to heal, you have to know what you're healing from. You have to know what it was, what caused it, where the root is. And I believe in order to become, you have to heal, right? And so for me, this journey started off very subtle. I had recently got out of a relationship, and I came across some sermons by Pastor Darius Daniels with Change Church, and the sermons at that time I could resonate with because it was really speaking to what I was currently going through in life, where I was at in my journey at that time. And it went from me watching some of those sermons to me joining the church, from me joining the church to me facilitating or attending a freedom class to that talked about emotional healing. Yeah, so it talked about emotional healing. And with that, it also brought up things too, because it asks you things like, did you get your needs met when you were a kid? Just different things, right, when it comes to emotional healing. So it started with that, and then from there, it went from me attending that to me facilitating the classes. And from facilitating the classes, I was still learning, and God was still working with me through the coursework and the videos that we were going through at that time. And that's also when I learned about the Healing Her retreat, which had a big impact on my healing journey. Like, I think that was the most important part that really got my healing journey started in, or what have you. And so I remember, yeah, healing her retreats. So I remember one time the Lord had led me to go to North Carolina, which is where the Healing Hearts retreat is located. And while I was down there, that's where the Lord revealed to me my abandonment wound. The process started to where we had to go out and find a stone, whatever stone that resonated with us. And while you're out there, the stone represented your womb. And so I remember going out and asking the Lord, like, what is my womb? What is my stone? And he kept saying abandonment. And I remember like literally arguing with God about how abandonment could not be my womb because I didn't perceive it as a womb because I saw it as my mom was there, my dad was there, nobody left me. So therefore, that could not have been my womb. But as I go and get this stone and pick this stone up, and the stone appeared by size to be small, but when I picked it up, it was way bigger than what it appeared to be. And that's when he really started to explain to me the abandonment wound. He started to show me different situations in life where the abandonment wound took place. So after me having my surgery to me moving to Michigan and then having to fend for myself in Michigan and coming back home and things not being the same and not having a really good stable environment, and just different things that had happened along my childhood where he confirmed this abandonment wound. And he also showed me like how it was affecting my relationship. So because of me having the abandonment wound or fear of abandonment, it was making me settle for relationships that I didn't need to be in. It was making me people please. It was making me trying to prove my worth. It was making me just really trying to perform, right? Perform for love, perform for somebody to care, perform for companionship. And as he started showing me all this, it really started to make sense and it started to click. But of course, I am who I am. So he had me look up the fear of abandonment. And when I looked up the fear of abandonment signs and symptoms, it said attaching to emotionally unavailable people, difficulty trusting others, people pleasing tendencies, patterns of unhealthy relationships, controlling and jealousy issues, feeling insecure and unworthy of love, an intense feeling of separation anxiety. So for me, when I read this, the people pleasing, difficulty trusting, attaching to emotionally unavailable, patterns of unhealthy relationships, that resonated with me. And I was like, well, is it possible that that could be my womb? The controlling and jealousy issues, I didn't really see myself having that. But as he continued to help me process and research abandonment and abandonment wounds and fear of abandonment and anxious attachment, my anxious attachment style, which is fearful avoiding, and that goes hand in hand with the fear of abandonment. And so as I started to do that research, I really started to come around to understanding what the abandonment wound was, what fear of abandonment was, and just started to take the steps to allow him to heal those parts. So it was like he revealed it, and he started to um, he revealed it, and then he unpacked it, then we processed it, and then we started to heal it. And so um, that opened up a plethora of a lot of the other things that I needed to heal from. It brought up a lot of memories that I had suppressed and forgot. Um, it was a lot of things that kind of came up from just that one word. And so that's why I wanted to say, like, you have to find the root of the pain. Because when you find the root of the pain, it's going to lead you to all the other issues that you have experienced in life, decisions that you have made, and etc. It's almost like a ball of yarn. When you find that one string and you pull on it, then you notice is that the whole ball of yarn starts to come apart till you get to the very bottom, which is a little bitty ball, right? That is what we're doing when we're healing. We have to start from the beginning, start from our past, and work our way forward. You start at your past because your past and the root of your pain will help you understand everything from then to current, right? The relationships you choose, the jobs that you choose, the personality that you have, which most of the time your personality is a personality from pain. So it's not really even your personality, right? And so it's just different things that it helps you really understand the root of who you are and why you have done what you've done. So some of the steps that you will take as far as finding the root of your pain, some of the things can be get a journal, write down your thoughts and emotions and patterns, whatever comes to you as you start to unravel and as God starts to reveal. Seek your spiritual guidance wherever you are in faith. For me, I believe in God. So seek spiritual guidance and kind of just ask God to reveal your womb. Yeah, because I think about it. I remember back in 2020, what started me was me asking, Lord, why do I do what I do and choose who I choose? And I remember back then, he told me abandonment. He actually had me get paper and wrote it down. I wrote down abandonment at the top of my page, and I wrote down my biological father, and then my stepfather, and then some other names. And I kind of stopped it. Even then, I was hesitant. I was like, yeah, abandonment can't be it, right? So you just have to start. And maybe if you start with asking, why do I do what I do and choose who I choose? I don't know. Maybe it'll come up, or just ask, what is your womb? 3, unpack. So you're going to unpack and process without judgment. You're going to sit with your emotions and observe them, right? The first time you sit with your emotions is going to be very emotional because you're now coming to the realization of things. So it's going to be very emotional. You're going to be in disbelief. And that's why I know for me, there's things he showed me the first time I went through it was emotions. He showed it to me the second time, it was from a place of observation. And then with that, you don't want to try to fix it. Like, just let God show you what it is. Don't try to go and confront somebody about it. Just really just let God show you what it is. And then lastly, you're going to follow his guidance. So he's going to give you step by steps to help you heal. And so you just want to follow that process that he gives you. It may be you getting into therapy. It may be you getting coaching. It may be you attending some type of, class. Whatever it may be, just let him lead you and guide you on that journey and finding the root of that pain. So I hope this helps. I know it was pretty long past what I wanted to be, but in the next one, we're going to talk about healing your inner child and how I was able to talk to my mom about some of the abandonment issues.